Okay, in this lesson, we're going to talk about how to find the area of irregular figures. An irregular figure is sometimes called a composite figure because it's made up of just simple geometric shapes like triangles and rectangles that are combined together, which makes a composite. Okay, so you can find the area of an irregular figure or a composite figure by just simply finding the area of the triangles and rectangles and whatever other familiar shape that we have, and then adding them together, which gives us the area of the irregular figure. Another way to estimate the area of an irregular figure is by using graph paper and just counting the number of squares that it's covered. So go ahead and copy these notes into your notebook. All right, so this first figure, you notice here, it really doesn't have very good simple figures. You could potentially divide it up into triangles and trapezoids and oval, but nothing that's really easy. So we're going to just count the squares, and each square is a square yard. So we're just going to count them. It's going to take a minute, but we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. You notice that we're not counting the partial squares right now. We're just counting the whole ones. Okay, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. So we have 44 whole squares, okay? All right, so now we're going to count the partial ones and just combine them, okay? So that's 1. This one right here, that's 2, 3. All 3 of these could be combined into 4, 5, and this one is 6. All right, so that would be 6 combinations, okay? So we add those together, and we know that there's approximately 50 square yards, okay? 50 square yards in this composite figure. All right. But then we look at this one here. You notice here that this one is this right here. All right. So you notice it has a trapezoid or a parallelogram right here. Okay, which you find the parallelogram by multiplying the base times the height. Okay, and then you have a semicircle, which is half of a circle, and you find the area of a circle and divide it by 2. So when we do that, this parallelogram, the base is 16. All right, so we're going to say 16 times 9. 16 times 9, if I pull my calculator up, 16 times 9 is 144. So that is 144 square meters, okay? The semicircle, pi times the radius squared divided by 2. So pi, remember, is 3.14 times the radius. Now look here. This right here, this 16 is the diameter, so that's the radius is going to be 16 divided by 2, which is 8. So we're going to say 8 squared divided by 2. All right. So if you have a graphing calculator, you can just plug this in using the squared. I'm going to say that I'm going to just go do it manually. I know 8 times 8 is 64. Okay. So we have, and then take that divided by 2. So we're going to go 3.14 times 64. Find that answer. It's 200.96. And divide by 2. It's important that you find that you hit the equal sign for this top one. Okay. So 100.48 square meters. All right. So now the thing is, though, that's this one down here. So that's 100.48 for this one, and 144 for the top one. So we add those together, and so the entire composite figure consists of 244.48 square meters. Okay, so we add these together. Okay, all right, next one. Okay, so if we look at this composite figure here, we can see that this is a rectangle. It's not a square because this side's 9, this side's 8. Okay, it's a rectangle and a triangle. Okay, so a rectangle. Okay, that's, if we look here, that's this one. That's this right here. Okay, that's the rectangle, and this is the triangle. All right. All right. So the rectangle is 9 times 8, which is 72. And the triangle, remember, is base times height divided by 2. The base is 3 times 9 divided by 2, which is 27 divided by 2. Well, when we take 27 divided by 2, that is 13.5. Okay, so now we add them together. We're going to say 72 plus 13.5, and we end up with 0.5 here, 5, 85.5 square yards. Okay. Here, well, okay, so we can look at this. We could look at it as a long rectangle with two triangles, or what I did is I looked at it as a shorter rectangle and then a trapezoid. Okay, all right. So if we look at this shorter, the shorter rectangle is, if we look, the 8 goes from here down to here. Okay, so that means that this over here is 8. This is 5. Okay, so 8 times 5 is 40. Okay, a trapezoid, remember, to find the trapezoid, you take the height, which is 4 here. Okay, that's this right there, times the sum of the two bases. Okay, so when we look at this, the height here, this height here is 4. This bottom base is 7. This top base here, that's this part right here, is the same as the width of the rectangle, which is 5. All right. So we're going to say 4 times 5 plus 7. Take all that divided by 2. All right. 5 plus 7 is 12. So we're going to say 4 times 12 divided by 2. 4 times 12 is 48 divided by 2, which is 24 square feet. Okay, now that we know that this is 40 up here, we know this is 24 down here. All right, so we're going to add them together. 40 plus 24 is 64 square feet. All right, and one last one. All right, so we're looking at the area of this shape. So I don't have the little cutouts here, but we can see here that we have a triangle here and we have a semicircle here. Remember the triangle, okay? Triangle is base times height divided by 2. So that gives us the base is 3 times 4 divided by 2, which is 12 divided by 2, or 6. Okay, so the triangle here is 6 square inches. Semicircle, that's a half a circle, so okay, so a semicircle is pi times the radius squared divided by 2. When we do that, 3.14 times the radius. Now look, this is the diameter here. So the diameter is 5. 5 divided by 2 is 2.5. So we got 2.5 squared divided by 2. All right. When we do that, so if I say 2.5 times 2.5, that's the squared, that's 6.25. So that's 3.14 times 6.25 divided by 2. So I'm going to take the 6.25 times 3.14, hit the equal sign. So that's 19.625 divided by 2. And that gives us a grand total answer of 9.8125 square inches. Okay, so that does it for this lesson. So make sure you've written your notes down in your notebook. Make sure you ask me any questions if you have them. We'll talk to y'all later on.